It's time for another edition of SIRE TV, Success in Real Estate, with your host, Robert Burke. Join Robert and his guests, some of the country's leading experts on real estate investing, as they show you how you can purchase properties tens of thousands of dollars below true market value. So whether you are looking for your personal dream house, a fantastic rental property, or you want to buy, fix up, and resell for profit, this is the show for you. Robert will also share his amazing networks of lenders who are loaning on real estate all across the country. Your financial success is just around the corner. And now, the host of the Success in Real Estate program, Robert Burke.
Welcome everybody to another edition of the SIRE TV program. I'm glad that you're here, glad that you joined us. I hope you find this program as informative as all of our others. Again, the purpose of this show is to be a tool for you to help you to succeed in making money in real estate. Lots of different ways to do that. We don't just talk about one way, talk about lots of different ways. And one of the biggest tools that I think that we provide you is our network of private lenders that we have across the country. And so we like to talk about that quite a bit on this show. And so this week, in this segment, on this show, got a very special guest. He works for Sherman Bridge, which is a private lender in Texas, and his name is Jimmy Stewart. Jimmy, welcome to the show.
Robert, thanks for having me.
You got a great name. I know you used to even be an actor,
yes,
believe it or not.
Yes, I did.
But now you're in private lending. Tell us a little bit about your story and how you got involved in doing this.
Well, actually was in acting for a number of years, and my son was born, and so anyway, needed to get a real job. So my wife's uncle comes to me, and he at the time owned a net branch of Prime Lending, and said, hey, I want to teach you the mortgage business and teach you, and basically he taught it to me from the ground up. I worked for him for about a year and a half, and then I went to work for another institution, and then I transferred in to start working with investors back in 2005, and then in 2008 I started investing myself, or excuse me, 2007 I started investing myself, and then I worked in the title side of the business with investors, and then also I've been in the hard money side or the private money side now for the past year.
Yeah, I like that story when you talk about your background, because I have found that the common ground with all of our private lenders is that they didn't come from a financial background, banks, you know, the traditional financing. They basically, for the most part, many of them were real estate investors themselves, and they know this business. So therefore, they kind of know the mindset of an investor. Yeah. Wouldn't you agree?
I completely agree, because that's the one thing I like about our companies, because we have boots on the ground and we have been in the shoes of our clients, and so we basically are able to tailor our products and tailor our systems for their needs.
Well, now tell me then, because one of the questions I get on a weekly basis from our viewers is, you know, what really is kind of the big differences between a conventional financial institution like a bank and a private lender? What sets you guys apart?
What sets us apart, for the most part, is property condition and consideration for not having hard and fast guidelines. That a normal lending institution, a bank, is concerned about the property condition coming into the loan. We're more concerned about your exit strategy and what the property is going to look like when you come out of the loan. And so we really take these ugly duckling houses and hope that when they are done, that there will be these pristine, best house on the block.
You know, I always tell the story that, you know, when you go to a bank, when they look at a property, if you tell them about a property and they go look at it, they want to go out there and they want to see this property that's in pristine condition. They don't want there to be any hiccups, nothing wrong with it. But the fact of the matter is, if you're going to be making money in real estate, those type of deals are not the type of deals that you find. The property that you find, these good deals that you can make money on, have little problems with them. Some of them may have major problems, but that's the reason you're buying these properties at such great deals and great values. And so you guys understand that. When you see a property, you're more concerned about what that property is going to be worth. Again, you just said this, you're basically more concerned about what it's going to be worth after the work is done. And you see that. Again, that goes back to the mentality of being an investor before.
Exactly. Basically what we do is we see a property, no matter how it looks coming into the loan, they're going to submit over to us a scope of work that they're going to do on the property. We're going to take that scope of work and say, okay, great, this is going to have new cosmetics on the inside, new trim, paint and texture on the house, say a little bit of foundation repair, maybe do a patch job on the roof, those type of things, and really make this house look pristine when it gets done. and really have a nice product. And because it also helps with neighborhoods. You know, it improves neighborhood values whenever you have that one ugly duckling house, and now it is one of the nicest houses on the blocks. It just increases not only property value there, but other property value within the neighborhood.
You know, how I explain it the best way to people is, I had a friend one time that I took to look at properties. He wanted to kind of do this. He said, boy, if you can do it, I can do it. And we went and looked at a property, and he looked at it and he goes, man, that thing needs a lot of work. I wouldn't want to live there. I don't want to have anything to do with that. And in my mind, I'm going, you sound just like the banker that I used to, you know, that I first started talking to.
Right.
That's kind of the same thing that they would say. But where you guys would go and look at that and say, hey, we see potential there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's the main thing is that you know, again, we don't have a hard and fast property guideline, nor do we have hard and fast borrower guidelines. You know, if you've had a couple of hiccups on your credit, those type of things, we can work with that. We definitely like to work with the properties that need, you know, what you were saying, we see that and go, wow, that looks like a great deal. You know, you're buying this house, say, for $60,000, you're gonna put $20,000 worth of work into it, be worth $100,000 on the exit, and therefore there's a $20,000 spread that we see, and that's what we lend on is that $20,000 spread.
Right, exactly. And also, and you mentioned this, that it is more asset-based. You're looking at the property more than the person.
Correct, correct. We want you to be able to demonstrate an ability to repay for sure. But our decision is made upon the asset. You know, we look at this as something that we say, Robert, we want you to make money. We want to put you in a position to succeed. We see this property as being a position that will allow you to succeed.
And I want to tell our viewers too that we have these private lenders all over the country. All you have to do is go to the website and fill out the comment section there and tell us where you are, where you're located, and we will get back in contact with you by email and let you know of a private lender in your city. So if you're seeing this show in a city where you live, we have a private lender there for you. Now, going back a little bit more in regards to that, because we talk about, you guys look at the property more than you do the individual, which is a little bit opposite sometimes of what a bank. You see the potential that is there. The other thing that you guys will do, which is very important, is the speed of your close. You guys will close a lot faster than a bank or a conventional financing institution will, right?
That's correct. Most mortgages run on a 30 or 45 day process because they're constantly going back and forth between processor to underwriter to loan officer, back to the client, and just on and on and on. So by the time you get through with this, it's a 30 to 45 day process. From application to closing, we can close you in 5 business days because we have an infrastructure and a streamlined process that allows us to close on it very quickly because we make the decision. We don't have to go, you know, the person who processes the loan also underwrites the loan, and as soon as we get our appraisal in and know that the value is there on the property on the after repair value, then we're able to send documents out to title. So we could take an application on a Monday and the following Monday be closing.
So you basically understand the investor as far as properties. You know it's not going to be a pristine property. It's going to have some things that need to be done to it. You understand speed. And how important that is. The other thing too, and we just have about 30 seconds here, but is a pre-approval process that you guys have. A person can come to you and get pre-approved for a loan, right?
Absolutely. You go to our website, shermanbridge.com, and then if you click on the investor tab, there's a quick video there. You can do our quick application. We'll get back to you and generally have you pre-approved within 30 minutes. And it doesn't cost anything, but we'll give you an idea of what you can and can't do.
So again, it goes back to, you know, just understanding the need. To be able to go out and look for a property, when you go to a real estate agent or a person who's selling their property and you say, hey, look, I'm pre-approved for my loan, buddy, deal with me.
Yeah.
Bring some real credibility. I always say it's kind of your golden ticket.
It really is. It really is because, I mean, a hard money loan is pretty much a done deal. I mean, it's almost viewed in the industry like a cash offer is. It's because it's money in the bank, and we know that if the borrower is qualified, the property's qualified, it's just a matter of just running through the process of getting inspection and appraisal and then going to close.
That's great. And again, you know, the private lender understands the investor. Hey, Jimmy, I appreciate you being on the show. I know time flies by. You're a great guest, very informative. Again, thanks for being here. Man,
Robert,
we need to have you back real soon, okay?
Absolutely.
Hey, guys, don't go anywhere. We've got another great guest that you're going to love, somebody who is a part-time investor, and it's one of the things we like to cover on this show, too. Again, Jimmy, thanks for being here. You were a great guest. Again, go to the website. We've got all these hard money lenders around the country. Don't go anywhere, though. We will be right back.
The SIRE TV program, brought to you in part by Appraisal Save, your half-price nationwide home appraisal service. Sherman Bridge, America's #1 rehab lender. National Real Estate Insurance Group, providing investors with the right coverage at the right time.
Welcome back, everybody. I want to thank Jimmy Stewart. It's such a funny name. I can actually say I had Jimmy Stewart on my show, you know? And he used to be an actor too, but now he's in private lending. And again, go to our website. We have private lenders around the country that really have money that want to loan to people. It's true that they really are out there. You don't want to miss that. Again, go to SIRETV.tv. If you're seeing this show in your city, we have a private lender in your city that has money to loan on deals, okay? And again, I want to thank Jimmy for being on the show. Now, another thing that we do on this show is we talk about all the different ways, or many different ways, that somebody can make money in real estate. Another thing that we provide as a tool for our viewers is we have wholesalers around the country that basically are out there finding deals, and they sell these deals at wholesale prices to people. And a lot of people use these wholesalers to be their bird dogs, basically. These wholesalers are great at what they do, and so it's kind of like they become a part of your team. And we stress how important teamwork is in real estate and making money in real estate. So again, on our website, we have a lot of wholesale lenders around the country that basically are bird doggers. They find great deals. And so for people who maybe are not good at finding deals, maybe they just don't have the inclination, maybe they're lazy and don't want to do it, whatever, or in the case of our guests today, they have full-time jobs and they have 5 kids, and they don't really have the time to do it, although they want to make money in real estate. So I want to welcome them to our show. I want to welcome Ryan and Krista Means.
Thank you.
Welcome, guys. I know you kind of have some problems with your voice, but
Yes.
that'll be fine. Ryan, tell us how you guys first got started in real estate. What kind of drew you into it?
We were looking for the long-term kind of investment, passive income, a secondary way to earn on a day-to-day basis.
So you both have full-time jobs.
Yes.
Yes.
And so you're not one of these people who are going out there and wanting to find properties, fix them up and flip them. You wanted to get good deals, maybe fix them up, rent them out, and keep them for the long-term investment.
Yes.
Okay. Now you have a perfect example of that. And Krista, I want you to kind of tell us about that. It's a fourplex that you found through a wholesaler. Mm-hmm. So tell us that experience of dealing with them and how that worked out for you.
It was great. We found the fourplex through New Western, and the transaction was really quick. So it was just, we knew it was a good deal, and they just made it very easy.
Now, had you been talking with them before? How long was it before you found New Western, which is one of our wholesalers? How long was it before, when you first heard about them and found out about them and started getting their lists and seeing their properties, before you found this fourplex?
Actually, it was the property that introduced us to them.
So was it your first one?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Mm-hmm. That's great. So you found this property, Ryan. You guys went in and fixed it up, and it's leased out. And then this kind of has an interesting twist to it and a fantastic twist to it in the fact that there was another fourplex right next door that probably at one time was all one unit. We talked about that, it somehow got divided, and you guys are going to try to put it together. But it was another fourplex. You guys kind of kept your eye on that, and then you were able to buy that one too, right?
Yeah, we went down to the courthouse and actually got it as part of a foreclosure. So auctioned on the city hall steps and made a cash offer and got it.
Now, Krista, I know you went down to the courthouse and,
Yeah.
and you took the money and did that.
Yes.
So was that your first time to do that?
Yes.
So who taught you how to do that?
Well, I actually have a friend who's another investor, and he kind of hooked me up with one of his friends who does that as a profession. And so it was just kind of networking. I had someone there to show me what to do.
Wow.
And just listen for the right property to make sure we got the right one.
Well, we talk about that all the time. I think it's real important, teamwork. Mm-hmm. And I talk about how, when I first started doing this, I was one of these guys, I wanted to learn it all. Well, first off, I didn't have a job at the time, so I needed to make money, but I had the time to go out there and learn it. You guys both have full-time jobs, and you said you have 5 kids, is that right?
Yes.
Between the ages of 12 and 2.
Yes.
God bless you guys. Better you than me, but that's great. But, it just goes to show everybody's situation is a little bit different. But I wanted to learn it all. I wanted to learn, and you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you have full-time jobs, right, you don't have the option to do that, right?
No, and there aren't a lot of people out there who are willing to go out there and make money for you without if they can do it for themselves.
Right,
So
exactly.
it's kind of you're on your own and you have to kind of find the guiding people to help. New Western was good at, we found the property through them, but even afterwards they were pretty good about following up and trying to help us carry through. If we wanted additional properties, what they had, they helped us out on a longer term basis, looking for what's next.
Well, and going back to this teamwork, and Krista, you've already said, and you have too, Ryan, about using a wholesaler as part of your team, and using anybody that you really can, anybody who's willing to let you kind of ride their coattails or share experience with you. Now, some people won't, but a lot of people will. But you take advantage of that. You guys did, because I was looking at the figures of the properties. Now, and correct me if I'm wrong, but both of these properties now, you've got in about $225,000 on those? Is that right? Mm-hmm. And they're worth together combined, Ryan, 500 and
about 575 to 600, depending on your appraisal and who comes in. Sure.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you owned the properties?
It's 2.5 years.
So now, because you've gotten these great deals, you can also use those properties to help you
Absolutely
down the road. What's kind of the plan?
Right now, we're talking about refinancing, pulling out the cash that we have in it, and looking for another property, possibly a larger one. It just depends on what's out there, what's available.
Now, Krista, is the goal to stick with multifamily, or do you single family, or is it just the deal?
I think after we hired a property management company to handle a lot of the day-to-day stuff, I think multifamily is probably a good way to go.
And again, you talk about property management companies, another part of your team.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you'll see on our website, SIRETV.tv, is in each city where this show is seen, we will have hard money lenders, private lenders. We have wholesalers that we can put you in contact with. We also have property management companies. It really is it kind of does take a village, I believe, to really be successful in this. You can do it yourself if you want to, but you'll end up looking like me, and you'll be worn out and tired and old and frail and, And one of the things I found out too is if you're trying to do it all, I don't care what anybody says, there are parts of it that you're not good at. There are parts of it that you don't enjoy. And there's usually one or two things that you really do like doing. Mm-hmm. And if you can spend your time focusing on that and have your other team members, doing what they do, then you tend to last longer in this business. And the amazing thing too is like these wholesalers, like New Western and these other wholesalers, they enjoy doing that. I mean, your experience with those guys was a pretty good experience.
Yeah.
You'd use them again.
Sure.
Now that doesn't mean that you've learned as you've gone. Just like you're saying, all of a sudden you're down at the courthouse bidding on a property. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. But you're able to get into it. It's kind of like your 2-year-old. He kind of crawls and then he starts walking. Mm-hmm. And your 12-year-old, hopefully he's walking too. But the process is the same really for everybody, just like it is for every child. So for somebody out there, Ryan, who's just looking to get into this and has not done it before, what would be your advice to them?
Start. It's the only way you're going to get going.
Just
get out there and go.
Get up off your butt and get going.
Try it.
Yeah. Well, and use the SIRE TV website.
Well, of course.
As a tool. Again, we have that available for you guys. And again, one of the things we stress week after week is there is not just one way to make money in real estate. There are many different ways. If you're full-time, if you're part-time, if you've got full-time jobs and you can't do it full-time, you can use the wholesalers that are out there. We've got private lenders. Form your team, develop your team, and make it work. And it can happen. But use the SIRE TV as a tool, because there's anybody that you see on our site has something to do with real estate, and they're there to help you. Title companies, appraisers, insurance companies, all of that is there. Again, guys, thanks for being here.
Thanks
for having us.
Appreciate you being here.
Of course, thank
Hope
you.
you get your voice back.
Thank
you guys
you.
did great. You're a great guest. Loved your story.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have you back again someday.
Great.
Hey, everybody, don't go anywhere. I'm going to wrap it up. Got some very important things I want to talk to you about.
The SIRE TV program, brought to you in part by New Western, America's #1 source for investment properties. The Real Alliance, leading individuals to success through real estate investing.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the show. I definitely want to thank our guests, Ryan and Krista Means, we just had on. This is a family with 5 children, both have full-time jobs, but we're able to take advantage of what we refer to as a wholesaler. These are companies that basically are great at going out and finding deals, and they wholesale these properties. These are properties that can be bought sometimes tens of thousands of dollars, if not more, below true market value. If you're just getting into this and don't really have much experience, or if you have a full-time job and don't think you have the time to do it, you know, I kind of deal in no excuses mentality when it comes to this. There is no excuse not to be able to do this, okay? And so we have those wholesalers that are listed on our website that you can go to and check all over the country, basically, to help you get started in this business. Or again, if you have that full-time job and you know don't ever want to quit that job, but still want to get involved in making money in real estate, you can do that. And also, I want to thank Jimmy Stewart. I love that name. Can actually say I had Jimmy Stewart on my show from Sherman Bridge, who is a private lender here in Texas. But if you're seeing this show in your city, we have a private lender in your city who is there and waiting to do deals. They have money. They're just wanting to put it out on good deals. I saw a car dealership here the other day saying we've got millions and millions of dollars to loan. These lenders have money to loan, and they understand the real estate investor. They understand the mentality. They know how fast you've got to move. They know that you're going to be bringing a property that's got some things wrong with it, okay? They just look at it differently than a financial institution, a bank would look at it. And also, we didn't talk about it too much on this show, but be sure to go to the website and check out our program that we have available for you from the Real Alliance. This is a complete program that teaches you from start to finish how to make money in real estate. Something that they charge close to $1,000 for, and also you get free tickets to their 3-day seminars, total about over $1,000, and they've put together a deal for us and you can get it for $99. It's 6 or 7 hours of fantastic information. Go to the website, use the SIRE TV website as your tool to help you succeed. In every city, we have companies there that specialize in helping the real estate investor. You do not want to miss it. Until next week, God bless and continued success.
Thank you for watching the SIRE TV program. For more information regarding the contents of this show, please visit our website at siretv.tv.